guys, thank you so much for watching. Today we're going to do a New Year's Eve glitter cut crease using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Shadow Couture palette. If you don't have this palette, it's okay to use any eyeshadows that you may have that look similar, or she also sells her eyeshadows individually as well. So first we're taking our Morphe B46 liner brush and we're dipping it into the Noir black shadow from the palette and outlining just above where our crease naturally is, trying to create the shape of the cut crease that we want. As you can see, we are trying to use short strokes, that way we can be the most precise in outlining our shape. Next we're going in with the shade Soft Peach, which is a very light peach shade as it suggests, and we are taking the Urban Decay dual-ended brush that I have received from the Naked 2 palette. It's a very old brush. If you don't have it, that's okay. All you have to do is just use a blending brush that is not very dense and that has a lot of mobility to diffuse the peach color all the way across our crease. Next, we're going in with the Morocco shade with the e.l.f. blending brush, and we are following the black line that we initially created because we're trying to blend it out and make as smooth of a gradient as we can. We are then going to go in with the Fudge shade from the palette, which is a warm dark brown. We are using the same exact brush that we just used, the e.l.f. blending brush, and going over the black line once again. The key with cut creases is you want to be patient, you want to blend as much as you can. So as you see here, we're going back in with the Soft Peach shade because the colors are looking a bit dark near the brow bone. We're trying to diffuse that area. And because I wanted it to look a little bit more warm than it was turning out, I'm going back in with Morocco just to, again, bring more warmth to the look since we are using a very, very cool toned silver. Next we're going in with the Milani glitter liner in Precious Silver, and we are going to use this to clean up whatever we blended onto our lid underneath that black line that we initially created. Because I needed to darken up the crease, we are going back in with the black shadow from the palette and just outlining right above where we put that silver, and then we're going to blend it out with the Morocco shade using the e.l.f. blending brush. Now that we touched up the crease, we are again going back in with our Milani pencil and just touching up the shape once again and filling out the rest of the lid with that silver liner. Then we're going in with ColourPop Liberty. These shadows are absolutely amazing. They're extremely pigmented and they are used best with your fingertips to get the best color payoff. However, because this is a cut crease and it does require some precision, we are going in with our Sonia Kashuk No. 110 concealer brush. Because it's synthetic, it does help pick up most of the product with the ColourPop shadows, and we are trying our best to stay underneath the black line that we have in our crease. That way we achieve the crisp look that we are going for. Next we're going in with Too Faced Shadow Insurance glitter glue and applying it all over our lid where we applied that silver color, trying to keep it below the crease colors as much as possible. The glitter that we are using today is the Sally's Girl loose glitter, which I bought from Sally's Beauty Supply years ago. Hopefully they still have them because they're only $1 and they are definitely worth the money. But you can use any silver glitter that you have on hand or any color glitter for that matter. Next we're going in with the Jordana EasyLiner and Jet Black and lining our waterline, and then we're going to blend it out with Morocco using the same brush that actually came in the Shadow Couture palette. If you didn't purchase this palette or you don't have this brush, a pencil brush will work just fine. And we are applying the shadow from the inner corner of the lower lash line all the way to the outside of the silver wing that we made. Next we're going in with the EcoTools Smudge Brush and Fudge Shadow, and we are applying it as close to the lash line as possible to further blend out that black liner that we applied on our waterline. Whenever you are working with glitter, it is best to use a liquid eyeliner for the upper lash line. So the liner that we're using today is the NYC Black Liquid Liner, and we're lining all the way from the point of the inner corner of our eye and following the guide of the silver wing that we already made, which makes it a lot easier when trying to line our eyes. Now we are going in with just a plain matte white eyeshadow. The one that I am using is the one found in the Lorac Pro palette, but you can use any white eyeshadow that's available to you. And then we're using our Urban Decay blending brush to blend everything out. Now we're just touching up the inner corner of the eye with the Milani silver pencil. That way we have an inner corner highlight. The mascara we're going to use is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, which actually reminds me a lot of the Benefit Roller Lash because it keeps your eyelashes curled all day without them falling down, and it has a similar formula to where it separates and lengthens your lashes as well. Next we're using Vanity Vixen Banks Synthetic Lashes. This is a new lash company that I've recently discovered on Instagram, and they sell mink lashes as well as synthetic lashes. I do have a coupon code down below if you would like to check that out in the description box. Now we're going in with Maybelline Master Concealer underneath our eyes, and we're applying it in an upside down triangular motion in order to not only conceal but also to highlight, and we're bringing it all the way back towards our hairline, and we're blending it out with a beauty blender. Whenever you apply your concealer and you're using it as a highlight, you also want to apply it to the upper part of your cupid's bow on your chin as well as your forehead in order to balance out the highlight across your face, because if you do not balance out the highlight on other parts of your face other than underneath your eyes, the highlight underneath your eyes can look very harsh, especially in pictures. Now we're using Laura Mercier's Secret Brightening Powder in order to set everything that we just did with our concealer to highlight, and we're applying it with the damp beauty blender. We are not baking. I'm not really a fan of the baking method, so we are just using as little product as possible in order to achieve the brightening effect. Next we are going to go into the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette and use the warmest shade, which is called Shadowplay, and we're using a Morphe G4 brush, and we're using this shade to bronze the face. I like to bronze the face first before contouring because the bronzer acts as a transition to help further blend out the contour shade and make it a lot easier for you. After we are done bronzing the face around the perimeters and underneath our jawbone, we're going to go back into the Shade and Light palette and into the lightest, coolest shade, which is called Subconscious, with our Morphe M557 brush. And we're going to chisel out the cheekbones as well as take the contour shade around our cheekbone to help make our cheekbones look more prominent and stand out even more. After we are done applying the contour shade, we're going to blend it out with the Morphe G4 brush, the same brush that we used to bronze, and then we're going in with the Tarte Bling It On blush palette in the shade Beaming and applying it to the cheeks. I like to keep the blush towards the back of the cheeks instead of on the apples of the cheeks, and I also like to blend it up near the temple because I feel like it gives a very airbrushed and blended out effect to the face. After that, we are going to take Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill collaboration Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop and apply it to the tops of the cheekbones and the Cupid's bow using our Eco Tools highlight brush. Now we are using ColourPop's Lippy Primer and applying it to the lips. This helps create a smooth canvas and prolong the wear of your lipstick. Because we used silver on the lid, a light pink lip looks very pretty, at least I think, with this look. However, this liquid lipstick from Ofra in the shade Angelus was a little bit too light for me, and because we used warm shades in the crease, I figured that a much warmer lip would look a lot better with this eyeshadow look. So I decided to use Anastasia's lip gloss in Butterscotch. I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me. Let me know what you thought of the voiceover versus just tutorials with music alone. Leave any comments down below. I love reading them, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.